There aren't 3 kids in Peppa Pig's family. There are 5, and the show has been hiding them in plain sight. Between hidden attic scenes, disappearing babies, and a twin who was never meant to exist, we're putting together the full list of the Pig family's secret siblings. Before we talk about Evie or the evil twin, we need to start with the Pig family member who might have existed long before any of them, the mysterious Oscar Pig. Fans spotted a few strange clues that suggest Peppa once had a middle brother, and the show quietly pretends he never existed. The first big clue comes from the attic. Peppa's house does have one, but nobody goes up there, nobody ever mentions it, and everybody acts like it doesn't exist. When the lights suddenly cut out in the power cut episode, the family barely reacts. They don't check a fuse, they don't investigate the wiring, and they definitely don't go upstairs. Fans noticed how strange that was, especially because it feels more like something, or someone, tampered with the house from above. Then there's the huge clue on the family computer. In the episode Mummy Pig's Book, when Peppa and George play the chicken computer game, the scoreboard is filled with familiar names. But at the bottom sits one mysterious username, OOP. Fans think it stands for Oscar Pig, the missing middle child, which raises the funniest question of all. How did his name end up there? Did Oscar play this game back when he was still around? Does he sneak downstairs at night for secret high score battles? Or did the writers forget to delete the one clue that proves he ever existed? Whatever the reason, OOP is still on the scoreboard, like the computer is saying, nope, I'm keeping this name right here until someone explains it. But the biggest clue comes in the episode Baby Bump, when Peppa watches a video of herself as a baby, while Mummy Pig is already pregnant. That child can't be George, because he's meant to come years later. The timeline only makes sense if there was another child born between Peppa and George. Yes, you've guessed it, Oscar Pig. Some fans even believe George's favorite toy, Mr. Dinosaur, originally belonged to Oscar, which would explain why George refuses to give it up. Even when he gets newer, shinier dinosaurs, it's not just a toy. It might be the only thing left from the brother he never met. Whether Oscar was hidden, forgotten, or written out of the show, he's become Peppa Pig's oldest and strangest family mystery, and the perfect starting point for a story about every secret sibling the show never talks about. And if Oscar was the Pig family's first forgotten sibling, wait until you hear about the one who might still be hiding in plain sight. Now, if Oscar Pig is the forgotten middle child, then this next one is the child who was never meant to be seen at all. Years ago, Peppa Pig fans noticed something strange on an official Peppa Pig poster. The family is happily smiling outside their house. Perfectly normal, except for one tiny detail. In the downstairs window, there's a piglet face that looks exactly like Peppa, just silently watching from inside the house. At first, everyone thought it was a mistake, but then the fans gave her a name, Poppy Pig or Olivia Pig, or simply Peppa's evil twin. And suddenly the theory exploded. But whatever you call her, this piglet was never supposed to be there. And then the new house happened. In the Big Build episode, Daddy Pig and Mr. Bull rebuild the entire house. Bigger, brighter, with way more rooms. But here's the thing, they never moved house. They rebuilt it on top of the old one, which means whoever was inside the house before never left. And fans believe that includes the twin. In the new house, Peppa has a brand new room all to herself, but she still has the old bunk bed, except the bottom bunk is now covered by a curtain. So why keep a bunk bed if George has his own room now? Some fans think that the bottom bunk is the twin's space, the perfect hiding place where she can slip in and out without anyone noticing. And with Peppa's behavior changing from super sweet in one episode to super grumpy in the next, people started asking, are we always watching Peppa, or is her twin taking turns? For example, in George Catches a Cold, Peppa actually starts off acting like a caring big sister, worried about George and helping him rest. But later in the very same episode, her tone changes completely, and she suddenly complains that his coughing is too loud and shows no sympathy at all.
George, please don't sneeze so loudly. This is impossible.
And now that baby Evie has arrived, things get even messier behind the scenes. Peppa's twin is seeing the new baby get everything she never had. Evie gets her own nursery, while the twin is still tucked away behind Peppa's bunk bed curtain like a secret no one wants to talk about. So if this family really does have 5 children, the hidden twin isn't just lurking in the background. She's watching Evie step into the spotlight she's been denied. And that brings us perfectly to our next mystery, baby Evie herself. Unlike Oscar Pig or the mysterious twin, Evie Pig is the only new sibling we've officially met.
Evie!
Evie didn't just quietly appear one morning. Evie arrived with more fanfare than any pig before her. A royal-style announcement, TV interviews, even a whole cinematic special. Peppa never got that treatment, George definitely didn't. Oscar, he didn't even get a mention. And the twin, she's still fighting for screen time from behind the curtains. But Evie? Evie shows up and instantly becomes the new star of the house. And that alone tells us something important. If there is a forgotten brother and a secret twin lurking around, Evie is the one stealing their spotlight in every way, including the show's intro. For the first time in 20 years, Peppa doesn't just say,
"This is my little brother George."
She now proudly says,
"This is my baby sister Evie."
Which, if you're the twin hiding behind the loft bed curtain, is basically the ultimate insult. Even George probably feels it. He's been the adorable youngest for 20 years, and now there's a baby who is younger, cuter, and gets more merch than he ever did. George got a dinosaur, Evie gets a movie debut, and a sold-out doll. And now that the baby is here, it's finally time to look at the original siblings, Peppa and George, and how this huge family twist changes their place in the pig household. If the pig family really does have 5 children, then Peppa and George suddenly aren't the center of the universe anymore. Peppa has spent 20 years as the main pig, the face of the brand, the poster girl of muddy puddles. But with Evie officially here, and Oscar Pig and Peppa's mysterious twin lurking in the shadows of fan theory land, it puts Peppa in a hilarious new position. She's no longer the eldest, she's the eldest of a whole squad. And then there's George, sweet tiny George, who thought he was the little one forever. Well, not anymore. With Evie taking over the baby role, George is suddenly the big brother, the middle child, and maybe even the emotional replacement for Oscar Pig if that theory turns out to be true. Which actually explains a lot, like why George gets spoiled rotten with full museum-sized birthday parties and robot dinosaurs. The pig parents might be compensating for a lost piglet, while also preparing him for the new big brother role in the family. And if Peppa truly does have a twin hiding somewhere, then Peppa's entire vibe finally makes sense too. Those moments where she's strangely kind one second and absolutely feral the next? Yeah, maybe it wasn't Peppa at all. Maybe the twin popped out from behind the bunk bed curtain and filled in. So where does that leave the original two? Peppa becomes the leader of the pack, the sibling who's trying to juggle family chaos while pretending she has everything under control. George becomes the confused middle child, the one who isn't sure whether he should be teaching Evie to walk or guarding Mr. Dinosaur from whatever cursed attic secrets Oscar Pig left behind. And together, they're the frontline witnesses to the biggest pig family plot twist in Peppa Pig history. 5 children, 1 house. Now that the pig family has moved into their shiny upgraded home, something hilarious becomes obvious. This house wasn't built for 3 kids, it was built for 5. First, there's Peppa's room. She's got a loft bed with the entire bottom bunk sealed off behind a curtain. Hi, mysterious twin. Then there's the massive attic, bigger than the old one ever was. Perfect for a piglet who doesn't officially exist. Oscar Pig, we're looking at you. Next up, a brand new office with a brand new computer, just in time for mysterious logins like OOP to make a comeback. Convenient, right? Evie gets her own adorable nursery, George gets his own dinosaur kingdom, and there are still spare corners, cupboards, and extra space that magically don't belong to anyone. It's almost like Mr. Bull didn't just rebuild the house. He expanded it to fit a family that the show pretends doesn't exist. So when you put it all together, the new house wasn't designed for Peppa, George, and Evie. It's designed for the 5 pig children who are, officially or unofficially, part of the family. So after looking at all the clues hiding in Peppa's house, it's starting to look like the pig family might secretly be bigger than we thought. Tell us in the comments, how many pig children do you think actually live in that house? And if you love digging into Peppa Pig mysteries, spotting hidden clues, and uncovering weird secrets, make sure to check out our other videos too.